Good morning, everybody. Today is February 21st, and in a new location. You may have, if you've been watching for a while and you've gone back through some old episodes, you may have noticed that I'm sitting at my desk. I've actually reclaimed my desk, so that's great, and I hope that the lighting, like, over here isn't too harsh. I've got both my overhead and my octopus lamp on because it was nice and sunny and the lighting was great this morning, and then it decided to get cloudy and darker and darker and darker. So, we're gonna see how this goes today. I do have a few like kind of bonus content things to show you today, but I'll save those to the end for anybody who doesn't want to watch. And yeah, it's been a while. I am not going to do show notes this week just because it's been a while and I feel like I'm really out of practice, but I am going to do them next week or over the next couple of weeks, just to kind of see how this goes. I am using a, sorry about the background noise, it's morning in my house, in my family's house, but I am hoping that this records better. I'm using a different recording kind of device thing, and I'm hoping that it works out better and I don't have any further audio visual issues going on there. It looks pretty good so far from what I'm seeing on the monitor, but we'll just have to see. So, we are going to get started. How is everybody? You would be better if I showed you knitting, right? So, I have been a little bit busy, and if I forget to show you something that I showed previously, I'm sorry. But this has been my siren song lately, so I wanted to show it first. Do I? No, I think I finished that square that I was working on. Woo! I'm not in the middle of a square. That makes me happy. My cozy memories blanket. I don't know why this has been a siren song for me lately, but I just love working on it. There was my first square. Here's my second one. Here's my third. And I'm not going to tell you the yarns because some of these I can't remember. This is my fourth. Right here. This. Oh? No, goes this way. This is my fifth. This was my sixth. This was my seventh. This is my eighth. This was my ninth. And then this was my 10th, my 11th, my 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th. Wow, do I really have 18 squares? I didn't think that I even had that many, but I guess I do. Right here, I noticed oddly enough I had a little bit of a rainbow theme going. I don't know why. I love rainbows. I do know though that this is the custom dyed watermelon yarn from Artistic Yarns by Abby Grasso. That's what that was. This is a Lion Brand Bonbon. This is also a Lion Brand Bonbon with a little bit of indie dyed yarn that somebody sent me in there. This is a bamboo yarn that I made one of my sockhead hats out of. This is a indie dyed yarn that I also made a different sockhead hat out of, which you will see later in this podcast. This is just a wool-free yarn, sock yarn, in the Grand Canyon colorway. This is Pathin's Croy in the reg shades, blue reg shade. I believe it is, right here. This was a indie dyed mini that somebody had sent me as well, and I do believe that it was dyed with Kool-Aid, and I love it because it looks like a Arizona sunset, and I think that's funny because it's right next to the Grand Canyon one. This is this one right here. This is a leftover from making my friend's socks out of Crazy Zobber Ball. This is also a Lion Brand bonbon. This black one right here. This was a Lion Brand bonbon with a little bit of indie dyed yarn in the middle. This is wool-free sock yarn as well in the Grapevine colorway. This was a little bit of, I believe it was Mary Maxim sock yarn, single ply, and it's a gradient rainbow. I can't remember the colorway. I got that like forever ago. My first pair of socks was made out of that, actually. This is Mothie and the Squid Industrial Sparkle, and I don't know how well you guys are going to see the sparkle in this, but it is sparkly, and I love it. This is also Mothie and the Squid, and this came from, one of her rainbow sock blanks. This is also another indie dye mini, which I believe somebody dyed with Kool-Aid. This is also wool-free yarn. I can't remember the colorway. And then the last one is also wool-free yarn, again in the Grand Canyon colorway. And I love how differently, if you guys can see, how differently these two Grand Canyon squares look. And it's from the same skein, so I just love that. But if I can show this, which is kind of awkward to show, but show it in all of its entirety. It's growing. It's definitely getting bigger. And I am using a size US 2 on this, and I am doing 65 stitches. And the squares are turning out about 4 by 4 inches, but I think that's a good size because from the way that it looks, I love it. Love it so, 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 so much. This is living in this project bag that I had made. And over here where I put the little tab, I put a key ring on it and attached my good scissors. So, I like it because this project, you have a lot of squares, you're cutting a lot of ends, and you always have a pair of scissors that are that way. So, yeah, I like that. Oh, see? You can see my lamp back there as I set stuff down. The next project that I started, and if anybody's following me on Instagram, you will be seeing all the projects that I've been making while I've been away. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, I'll have all my social media links here at the end. This is a sleeve, obviously. And it's a little bit lumpy, but I think that'll block out because it's just the shaping. Oh, hold on, we froze here. There we go. This is Knit Picks Bravo Bulky in the denim colorway, and this is being worked on a US size 11 needle. And there's all the information there, if it'll focus. Focus, please. I was trying to focus on the door, I think. Okay, well, it's not going to focus, but it's Knit Picks Bravo Bulky. If you would like to know the details, I will put a link below to where you can find this. But yeah, this is going to become, I've got everything on this desk. Hold on, let me find the first page of this thing. Because it is a paid for pattern, and I do not want to give away any of the pattern instructions. This is going to become a Ambrosia sweater by Goodwin Johnson. And if you guys can see, it's got this beautiful, not cabled, but this beautiful honeycomb pattern, texture pattern up top, and it's got the toggles, and then it's kind of hangs low. It's just lovely. It's really lovely. I have one. I made one for me. It's green. It's in the pea pod colorway, but I absolutely love it. And since I'm not just I can't just do things halfway. I modified it so that I put buttons all down the front, and it's like this big cozy slump around the house sweater, and I love it. I absolutely love it. So that's a new project, and it's staying in my Lucy and Ricky Long trailer bag that my friend Daisy Creations Designs made for me more than a few years ago. It's still holding up pretty well. And then of course, anybody who has been in, oh, and it's unraveling. Shoot! This is bad. Anybody who has been involved in the crafting community, the online crafting community lately, knows about this. The granny stripe blanket. It's been a craze lately. And yeah. Ooh, I actually like this better on camera. I might have to start working on it again because I don't really like it that much in person, but it looks great on camera. So yeah, I'm just, basically what I'm doing is I'm tying knots in the yarn, kind of like how you would do a magic knot, but I'm leaving the ends on them, and I'm crocheting the ends in as I go just to make it a little more secure. But yeah, and it's just scrappy. So here it is, from start to finish. And I just accidentally unraveled some, so I'll have to crochet that back. And I'm sorry I would tell you how much I chained, but I can't remember. It has to be a multiple of 3 plus 2. So that's what I do know, and the pattern is by Attic 24, and I will also link to that below. But yeah, that is coming along, and I am working it on, and they're just waiting to scrap my yarn for the blanket. Great. I'll have to go fish it after the podcast. It's being worked on an E4 3.5 millimeter hook. Let's see if it's going to focus. There we go. So, yep, I'm working it as I go. Hopefully it goes well. I haven't worked on a lot because I actually ran out of scraps. Sorry, someone just Snapchat me and my phone went off, and I am not focused at all this one. I am just like, oh hey, look, a chicken. So yeah, not focused at all. Which I know in my last podcast I said that I was much more focused. Yeah, I think I lost that, sadly. But it's being held in my newest project bag that I've made. And it's got foxes and owls and kitty cats and bunnies and just kind of in these paisley little prints on a neutral background, and I just use this ribbon for a drawstring. And it's the perfect sock size, actually. Small project sock size. Excuse me. That's what I keep in there. So, by the way, I have been sick, so if I cough, I will try to warn you, and I apologize to anybody wearing earphones. I really do. Sorry. And I guess I will show these because technically we're not two FOs, but we're getting there. Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to show these next after this because that's going to be going into FOs. So, on this end of the spectrum, I started another granny stripe blanket. And I don't know, is it just me? It seems like everybody's going in a craze over this. It's so addictive, they can't put it down. And if you're that way with a granny stripe blanket, that's great. And I'm so glad that you enjoy it, but I just feel like I kind of enjoy working on my Cozy Memories blanket more. I know that's the unpopular opinion, but that's just me. But I did start another granny stripe for my niece. This is going to be a blanket for her. I'm doing it in color blocks, so it's going to go blue, and then I have like a variegated white, pink, gray that I'm going to put in, and then I'm going to put in a green, and then it's going to go back to blue. In my head, this color combination looks really good, and we'll just see how it actually turns out. If not, I may change it up a little bit, but I don't want to make it look too non-girly, because she needs some girly stuff. But yeah, it's being worked with sport weight yarn. There you go. And I believe that it's being worked on in either an H or an I hook. And I don't know the millimeters for that. I'm sorry, but this is also a work in progress. Okay. And then this has been a work in progress. And this is in my other paisley animal bag that I've made. And this one's got green, which just straps are kind of messed up, but this one's got green polka dot ribbon for the drawstring. I am working on the heel of this one. I actually have another one in here. And I cast these on the day before my birthday. My birthday was on February 1st, 22 years old. Still young, but I feel completely old at the same time. I don't know how that works. But these are just a simple vanilla sock that I worked on my US 1.5, 2.5 millimeter 9-inch circler. And I put in a white toe, and I recently bought Susan B. Anderson's SOS heel. And it's an afterthought heel, so I thought that I'd try it on this because I was lazy and I just wanted to keep knitting. So there's for that. I like shorty socks. Sorry, I moved that really fast. I'll put this back up here while I talk. I like shorty socks, so I always tend to make my cuffs about 1.5 inches to 2 inches. Just because I don't like tall socks. I don't think that they are comfortable and that they don't fit well. I will occasionally make them for me, but I really don't like them. And I do wear a lot of hand knit socks, so like you need some shorty socks in the summertime, like if you're gonna wear shorts and tennis shoes or something like that, which I usually don't, but what if I need to, right? So that's that, and I did put my little he's backwards. Hold on. Let's see if I can get him turned around. Focus, please. I think it's seeing the top of my head, and it doesn't want the top of my head to be in here. So we're gonna see how well this is gonna work. Okay, so it's not gonna work because it wants to focus on my face. We're gonna try to cover my face with one hand. Okay, I'm sorry guys, it just wants to focus on my face. It doesn't want to focus on this. We're gonna give it one last shot, and then if I can't get it to focus, we'll just move on. Oh, again, that's the underside, so there we go. There's my little turtle stitch marker. Sorry about that, I just didn't want to focus. Wanted to focus on my face. Anyways, I actually have two socks that I completed. I'm so proud of myself. But yep, putting in the heel with the same white yarn. And this is Vanna's Choice sock yarn. I believe it's a 75/25 merino, superwash merino nylon. And I believe it's the pink sugar colorway. And this is just Red Heart and Soul in the ivory colorway. But yeah, I'm putting in the heel and it's coming along nicely. And again, these are being worked on a size US 1.5, 2.5 millimeter, which is my go-to needle size. I find that it gives me really nice socks, especially on the 9-inch circulars. However, obviously, you can't just keep decreasing on a 9-inch circular because it doesn't work very well. So I did switch over to my Addy Turbo sock rockets to finish the heels and the toes. Yeah, and that's that. I've been kind of busy. And I have a hoe. I have a half-finished object. This is, and the yarn is, again, these were worked on US 1.5, 2.5 millimeter. And the yarn is Knit Pick Stroll Tonals in Springtime colorway. And this is a free pattern on Ravelry, and I will link it below. This is the Speckled Space socks. And again, I just did a shorty sock, and whenever you get to the leg, you're supposed to do this patterning all the way around. Well, I didn't. I just put in waste yarn for, again, an afterthought heel, and just did plain vanilla on the back, but it's all the way up on the front. So, yeah. I am itching to cast on another sock, so this may be it this afternoon. I'm trying to make a lot of socks this year just because I really, really want to have my own box of socks. There is a KAL for that being hosted in Woolen Vines group on Ravelry. She is hosting the Box of Socks KL. Just go to the group tab and search Yarngasm Podcast or Woolen Vine Yarns, and you will find her group. Basically, it's where you knit 12 pairs of socks a year for you. Not for anybody else, but for you. And you put them in a box, and those are yours. So I want to participate in that. And the Yarn Hoarder, Amber of the Yarn Hoarder podcast, which if you haven't checked her out, I highly recommend. She is hosting a Free All the Elves KAL. It's a year-long knit-along, and she draws for prizes every quarter. But it's just basically making as many socks, finished pairs of socks as you can in a year. So, trying to get that done. And I have a couple other finished objects, and one of them you guys will be very, very happy to see because you know I've been working on it for about a year, and I don't know why, but I finally finished. So you guys might know that I have an addiction to Susan Claudino's toy patterns. I don't know why. They're so cute. They're fun to make. I love them. I finished Noodle. He's been on the needles for a very long time, and you guys know that I've been wanting to finish him, and I finally just buckled down and did it. I think what was putting me off is that he was one of her first patterns, so he didn't use the 3 needle bind off, but you had to knit everything separately and then sew it on. And I hate sewing. There he is. And he didn't quite turn out right. To me, he kind of looks like a Frankenchihuahua. Because the tail goes back and forth. Everything is just whip stitched on. And his legs are a different color. His arms are a different color. One of his legs is bigger than the other. His ears are kind of lopsided. And his nose is pointed down, kind of like he's going like that or something. He's cute in an ugly sort of way. None of the colors match, and he kind of looks like Frankendog. But yeah, Noodle is done. So he's going to join my collection of all my other little toys. And as soon as my niece gets older, I will probably gift a lot of these toys to her. She's about 3 months right now, so the whole safety eyes and everything, unless I made a whole new toy and just embroidered eyes on, she wouldn't be able to have them. And then I have a horde of Susan Claudino who is known at Sherlock on social media. I have a whole horde of her patterns, and I decided, dang it, it's time to knit some. And this pattern was actually gifted to me, the Belfry and Booyah pattern. And I'm going to show them backwards first, because look at those little wings. First of all, how clever. How clever of a design. Look at that. And, yeah, he's got a humongous head. And look at the little ears. I'm not sure that they were supposed to turn out like this, but, I don't know. I actually had to fix them, kind of whip stitch them a little bit to get them to stand up, because I don't think I put them on right, but I was kind of having a super bad day and wasn't really paying attention to what I was doing, so there are some mistakes in this, but nobody's going to care, nobody's going to know, because it's for me. Look at this. And he actually stands up. So cute. This is the Belfry pattern by Susan Claudino. It's just so cute. So yeah, I think that's all that I have to show you guys today. Sorry, I am throwing stuff back into my big bag that I had all these projects in, because I do have some different things to talk to you guys about. Last knitted item that I'm going to talk about is this. And I completed this a couple years ago, and I love it. It's my absolutely favorite hat. Washed it a few times and the yarn just gets softer and softer with each wash. And it's slouchy, it kind of hangs off the back, and I love it. It's my most favorite hat. Went ice skating with friends one night. My hat fell off my head. I thought everything was just fine. And you guys know how much I hate sewing stuff. So, guess what? Guess what happened? Because it can't just not happen. Hold on. Let me get this thing in a good place here. You see that? That hole right there. Somehow, whenever I face planted and landed on the ice, it put a big hole in my hat. And I haven't found the strength to fix it yet because I've been mad about it. But I am going to have to fix it, and by the time I decide that I want to fix it, guess what? It's the middle of February and we are having 70 and 80 degree days. What? This is not winter weather, and the bugs are already out everywhere. It's not supposed to be spring, it's still supposed to be winter. Not that I really like winter, but it's the natural way of stuff, and I'm all for natural. So, this needs to get fixed. And by the way, yes, it hurt. But I got up, I was fine, my face was fine, I was not seriously injured from that fall on the ice, so everything was good. My hat was the only thing that was majorly damaged. Okay, and that is all the knitting content that I have for today. I am going to talk a little bit about life events and shop things and different things like that, so if you don't want to stick around, thank you so much for joining me today. If you're a return viewer, thank you so much for coming back to spend a little bit of time with me. And I'm sorry if I've been through rushing stuff, but I hope that you enjoyed this episode and that you come back next time. Okay, for those of you who do decide to stick around, thank you for holding up through all of my blabbering. So only a few of you know, if you've been following me on social media and stuff like that, I started another Etsy shop, and I started it with nothing but good intentions. And then I decided after 2 failed Kickstarter attempts, I was going to try for a 3rd time. I made it. I made it on Kickstarter this time. Thank you so much to everybody who has contributed and supported my project and believed in my dreams. So thank you so much. if you have donated to my campaign. It was a campaign to help me get more yarn bases, and I've got a little video over there, and I am now 133% funded with 12 days to go, so I'm thrilled. Thank you so much, guys, for being able to make my dream come true. And basically what it is I'm going to use the money to get my acid dyes, my proper equipment, and better yarn bases, really good quality yarn bases to bring to you guys and give you more options and opportunities for things that you like. And also, at the end of the segment, I am going to go through my desk space too. So if you want to hang out for that, you can. If not, then you can leave whenever you wish. But shop update news, and if you see anything that you like on this podcast, it is currently available over in my shop. And right down here somewhere, I am going to put my shop name, and you guys, I'll also link it down below, and if you guys are interested, you can pop on over and purchase any of this that you would like. I will put out that right now I do not have anything but 100% cotton bases, so keep that in mind. And I'm going to show the worsted weight first. This is my Wisdom colorway, and as you can see, one turned out darker than the other. That's just the nature of hand dyeing. But basically what it is it is a lavender purple, and I did not have purple dye. I mixed colors together and mixed this up myself. It's a lavender purple with streaks of pink running through. And I dyed this colorway in remembrance of my great-grandmother. Her favorite colors were lavender and pink, and I'm calling it Wisdom because she was a very, very wise woman, and I really looked up to her. She was my role model, and I miss her very much, and so I wanted to dye a yarn in her memory. And so yeah, that's the color. That's the reason of the colorway Wisdom. And then I have 2 skeins of Wisdom. As you saw, one was lighter than the other, which the lighter one I may put on sale. We'll see. I'm still thinking about that. This is Chaotic Dryer Lint, and the colors are actually showing really true to color, surprisingly. Put this in front of my face so that you guys can see. Chaotic Dryer Lint. Why? Because it looks like blue jean lint that comes out of your dryer. And if you notice, you'll see all these little tiny pops of different colors in here. So that's what makes this dryer lint chaotic. Also, I have a little cat. She's a kitten, and her name is Pooh Bear. And I don't know why, but sometimes me and my family call her Pooh Berry Pie. She's adorable. So, this is named after my cat. This is Pooh Berry Pie. And to me, it looks like different kinds of berries. And this one's actually showing up a little bit darker. It's actually very bright. But it's basically different shades of pink. Especially on this side. Let me turn it around for a second. Yeah, those are really getting washed out. These are really bright colors. And if you want to see a more accurate depiction, you can head over to my Etsy shop of the colors. But it's different blues and different values of pink with just a little bit of white thrown in. And I think that is going to be a really, really lovely color. And I use a really unique technique to dye this. I actually caked it, and then I dyed it, and then I scanned it back up. And I think that's a really neat technique to try to do. It's messy, but it's really fun. So, this is Pooh Berry Pie. This has got to be my most favorite that I have dyed. This color is called Springtime Sorbet. and I love it. This is probably my favorite one. Again, I used the cake dyeing technique on this one, and as you can see, it's just, wow, that's really getting blown out. But it's got different shades of yellows and blues and different values of pink in there, and a couple different white spots where it's just slightly speckled a little bit. It's got more pink than anything else, but, and this was an accident. This was a happy little accident because I was trying to dye this in the same dye pot at the same time as I was trying to dye this. And so some of this dye color got onto this, and this is what it created. So it's a happy little accident. This wasn't what I was going for, but I'm so glad it turned out this way. Sorry, my nose is a little sniffly. Like I said, I've been sick. Then I have two skeins of lace weight 100% cotton yarn, and this is bigger on the inside. That's what the colorway is, and it's so fun. I mean, it's mainly white, but it's got, hold on, I'm trying to decide which one I want to show you. I think I'm going to show you this one. It's got a little bit of blacky blues in here, and a little bit of yellows, and to me, this is like when Doctor Who travels in time. To me, this is what it looks like. So this is bigger on the inside, and my cotton lace weight, and these bases are very, very soft, so this would be really nice for like a shawl or even doilies or something like that. But it's really nice. And that's all that I have in the yarn category in my shop right now. But and I think it was 2 nights ago that I listed these. And I don't know how well you guys are going to be able to see these, but I will try. And again, if you want better pictures, you can head over to my Etsy shop. I don't know how well you guys are going to be able to see those. These are little neon key stitch markers, progress keepers that I made, and they are up in the shop. They come in a set of 6, and they are only $8.50 USD. So, I think that's fair. So, see if that's going to focus. I don't know if it will. If you see the little, it's got a little flower right there. There you go. You can kind of see it right there. Stop focusing on my face. Anyways, these are little keys, and they come in a set of 6, and each set has neon yellow. Oh, there you go. You can see that. And these colors are really getting washed out. I'm so sorry. And I have gray. Sorry about the noise here. And neon purple. And I have like this peachy orange one. And I have this kind of aquamarine blue. And I have a neon pink. So that's all that comes in the set. I have 4 available right now, so if you guys want to head on over and check that out, I would appreciate that. And yeah, so I'm able to podcast again, and this is going out of shop business and into life stuff, but I'm able to podcast again. And the reason why I wasn't able to podcast is because my computer died. It completely died, and I would put it on screen, and I would just keep going back and looping around to the same screen, so I couldn't actually get in the computer. And then it just died. And I'm like, oh great, I don't have any money for a new computer or anything like that. So yeah. But I pulled it out the other day and got to fiddling with it, and I actually got it up and running again. So yay! I'm so happy to be able to podcast and share my crafts with you guys again. So I'm kind of with my computer deal, I am kind of counting it as a successful Dr. Frankenstein operation, because if you guys follow me on Instagram, you will have seen that I posted a picture of my laptop and with the caption, "It's alive!" So yeah, I feel like a successful Dr. Frankenstein. I also hooked up I was able to fix my webcam. I'm trying to fix audio and visual issues. Don't know if it's going to work or not, but if this doesn't work, I just have to keep podcasting with what I have because, guys, I'm poorer than a church mouse. I'll be honest, I do not have any money, and I have to work with the equipment that I got. And if it's really bad quality, I'm sorry, but it's what I can afford to work with right now. So, and right now I really can't afford it because yesterday I quit my job. I will not go into the details of why I left my job, but there was some violations definitely being made, and I did not feel safe at my job, so I had to quit. So yeah, I really, really don't have any money. So yeah, just working with what I got, and that's basically it. And I'm going to give you a sorry, there's cat hair everywhere. I'm going to give you a quick tour of my workspace, and then I will let you guys go for today because I know this episode is running on and it's going way too long. By the way, for anybody who gets motion sickness, you might want to look away because I am going to actually pick up the camera and move it around. So here we go. We're going to go. So if you get motion sickness, I'm sorry, but you might want to look away. Okay, this is one side of the wall. And here, if I can get close enough, hold on. Cords everywhere. This is a fan that my grandmother gifted to me. And it opens up. Whoop. If I can actually get it to open up, it opens up like that. And it's very, very pretty. So we will just put that right back on the wall. And down here I have a bunch of flowers. Back here you have some pink roses, and these are all fake flowers. You have some of these whites. Then on a couple sides you have some greens. Well, we're frozen here, hold on. On both sides you have a little bit of those greens. In the middle is my bridesmaid's bouquet from my sister's wedding in 2014. You have these up here and some pink flowers as well. So that's the whole thing, and it's stuck in a jar where I've got a couple of Walmart gift cards and some change. This is my change jar. And then we're gonna go around here. I found this in Hobby Lobby the other day, and I was having a really bad day, and this seemed to be just there for me. This poster. I love, love, love this, and it is currently sitting right above my laptop. So that's why I am sitting here. Oh, look, guys. Hi! We can see what's going on. But, yeah, every time I'm here working at the computer, I can kind of just look up and have that reminder because so many bad things have been happening in my life lately. And then I have this jar down here. It's got birds and branches on the outside, and it's got glass beads, and I don't know if you guys can actually see this, but I had stuck a votive candle in there, and it's the electronic one, and I turn that on at night. Just gives it a nice, sweet, soft glow. And that's basically it. That's how I set up my workspace, and I would show you more, but everything else is like super messy. So yeah, we're gonna turn this all the way a little bit because that pile of junk I do not wish for people to see and experience. Since I moved back in with my parents, which was last July, I've been living out of boxes, so I'm sorry, my room is horribly messy. Which is why we're at the angle that we're at, and we're looking at my lovely closet door over here. But I guess that's all that I have to say for this podcast. Like I said, I will do show notes next week. I'm just kind of off this week, and I've had a really, really bad week, so I didn't want to try to stress about show notes. But I definitely will do some sort of a show note down below, links and whatever. But yeah, with that, I'm gonna try to go get some crafting done today, go get something done. I have to go get a part for my car so that I can fix my car. And just try to get this uploaded and edited so that you guys can see this by the end of the day. And please, please do let me know if the quality is any better, because if not, like I said, there's not too much more that I can do about it, and I'm really sorry if it's not, but I hope that it is. But with that, I'm gonna let you guys go this week. No promises to be here next week. It may be 2 weeks, just depending on the kind of week that I have. I do need to take care of my own health and my own mental health before I do podcasts, because I feel like I can't give you a good podcast if I don't. But yeah, happy crafting. Everybody have a great week and have a great rest of today. And just know that I love you all, and thank you so much for subscribing. And yeah, have a great week, guys. Bye.